Kenya's national team has been finalizing its preparations for the upcoming Continental Olympic qualifiers in Dakar. Boxing is the only other sport to deliver Olympic medals to Kenya other than athletics. While ahead of Tokyo 2020, retired boxer and two-time Olympian Benson Gicharu tells CGTN's Mohamed Abubakar about Kenya's boxing pedigree.
Benson Gicharu makes his way into the community social hall at Mukuru Kwanjenga's slum just outside Nairobi City to meet up with young, enthusiastic and aspiring boxers. Gicharu is one of the most decorated amateur boxers in Kenya, having represented the country in numerous continental and global competitions. With a boxing career span of over 2 decades, the physically well-conditioned and crisp puncher has commanded a lot of admiration in the country's boxing fraternity.
When I began my boxing career, I lost my first fight. So I always tell people it's never about how you start, it's always about how you finish. I remember when I represented Kenya in my first 2 Commonwealth Games, I lost both times. But it wasn't until my 3rd try in Delhi where I ended Kenya's 12-year medal drought in boxing at the Commonwealth Games.
The silver medal in New Delhi in 2010 proved to be his breakthrough year. Gicharu went on to qualify and represent Kenya at 2 Summer Olympic Games. However, he recalls how his routes to both Olympics were very different.
I remember very well my route to both Olympics. The first one in 2012. I qualified straight through the Continental Championships. In 2016, it wasn't so straightforward. Despite being a favorite, I lost my first fight in the Continentals.
Not winning the Continentals was not the end of the road for Gicharu, but in the most difficult of circumstances, he had to go to the World Championships then to fight for his Olympic slot in Rio.
I had to go to Venezuela. That was the alternative route to the Olympics. I remember visa issuance was a problem. There was only one ticket available. I had to travel without a coach. I was all by myself. I went on to win all my 3 fights there and became the first Kenyan boxer to qualify without a coach. I think first African as well, or maybe even in the world.
Gicharu had beaten all odds. He went on to represent his country at a 2nd Olympics in Rio in 2016, a discipline so difficult to qualify for. 2 years later, in 2018, Gicharu announced his retirement from boxing, dedicating his time to passing his knowledge and experience to the next generation of Kenyan boxers.
Benson has always been a respectful person and very humble. He never looks at where boxing has taken him. He has always based his success from where his boxing started. He's never forgotten where he comes from, and once he hung his boxing gloves, I remember he came here and said he'll try find another Gicharu from this area.
To date, Gicharu remains the only Kenyan boxer to win medals in 2 different weight categories, a flyweight silver medal at the 2010 Commonwealth Games and a bantamweight bronze medal in Glasgow in 2014. Mohamed Abubakar, CGTN.